Hey y'all, Dennis here, Muddy Water Search and Recovery. And I know we didn't go live tonight on YouTube. Um, Normally we try to go live on YouTube Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm kind of explaining this because this particular video is going to be on YouTube as well as TikTok. But the last several Sunday nights we haven't actually gone live. Tonight with the search that Megan and I done this weekend, yesterday and today, then catching up with stuff at home. It just time got away from me. Um, we will be going live at some point this week, and we will go live on YouTube, and then we will go live on TikTok, where we will discuss with you guys our efforts from this weekend. We want to do those as live feeds. So if you have any questions on anything, you can put those in the comments. We can get those answered. Um, Again, it was bittersweet. I thought I had found us a way to get to where I thought this object may have been. And turns out we couldn't get around through there. And it turned into quite the adventure. And today we were finally able to get on the location. And as you all have seen in the video, nothing was there. We went upstream, we went downstream, several hundred yards, to the point that, if something was still there, it would have been seen. The ground underneath, as you saw, the creek itself was dry in that area. And as you get further downstream, you do come into water, but that particular area was completely dry. Little muddy, but still dry. It was just muddy enough that there were deer tracks where deer had crossed through there. But for the most part, it was a pretty hard packed bottom. So nothing was buried, no sediment was filling in. And, we did confirm with GPS the coordinates that we were on the exact location, and nothing was there. Yeah, that's when you put in all the work to get into some place like that and you come out empty handed. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it is bittersweet. It, yeah. But we put a lot of miles on our feet the last couple days. That's for sure. Megan and I are both pretty worn out from that. But when we do the live this week, we will let you guys know, hopefully 24 hours ahead of time, so you guys know that it's coming up, and we will go into all the details with you guys. I know filming, we showed a lot of different things, but that didn't scratch the surface as far as the walking, the hiking, the cross country styled hiking we done through really thick woods and weeds and hills and everything to get in on there. But we will go through all of the details in a live this coming week. Something I know over on YouTube you probably noticed, there were 3 videos covering this particular search on YouTube. When I uploaded them, I uploaded those in order 1, 2, and 3. And they did not air in order. It went like 3, 2, 1. So 1 was extremely late, a lot later than the other 2. So that kind of threw me. They were also set to release to members only first for the first 24 hours. And for some reason, they just aired publicly on here. So we went ahead and left it like that. I think over on TikTok, I think they aired in order, or I hope they did. I didn't see exactly what order, but I think it went better than on YouTube as far as that. So sorry about the mix up, any confusion with that. I still don't understand how it done that, but it is what it is. But all 3 videos are up, just so everybody knows. Something else I wanted to mention is, you all know this coming Thursday is October 31st, Halloween. All the kids will be out trick or treating. I just want to give a heads up on this. You know, when you have all the kids out like that, it's perfect opportunity for the predator type people to be out there. So keep an eye on your kids, your grandkids, and even the kids in the neighborhood. I know a lot of people let their kids go trick or treating in their neighborhoods without actual adults being there. So let's be vigilant. Let's keep our eyes and ears open. Let's do everything we can to help keep all of the kids safe while they're out enjoying a night of trick or treating. It's sad that that has to be a concern, but you guys are well aware that unfortunately that is a concern that we should all have today. So please keep your eyes and ears open. Let's do everything we can to keep all of these children safe. Megan also wanted me to remind you guys that she will be, and this is in November, we'll be doing the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales over on her Etsy page for Crooked Trail Designs. Any purchase of anything off of her page benefits Muddy Waters as a percentage of her profit. She donates to Muddy Waters Search and Recovery. That money helps us get out on the searches. It helps us get equipment and gear that we need. As most of you know, a piece of equipment we need pretty desperately is ground penetrating radar. We have some cases we feel depends on that or on a cadaver dog team. And unfortunately, pretty much all the cadaver dog teams that can work in this area, they have to be called out by law enforcement. So we may end up having to go in to the sheriff's department of this particular county in this particular case, talking with them and seeing if we can convince them to call in a cadaver dog team. But ground penetrating radar is something we desperately need. One of our cases, we have been able to link in the possibility of up to 23 or 24 other cases. Several may be on this particular property that we are looking at. We've already been on the property once and done a ground sweep basically of the property. There is still some areas we need to look at with that. There's water there that we still need to sonar and get in on that, but there's areas that ground penetrating radar is 100% needed to get in there to possibly find these missing people and be able to bring them home. So any order you place through Crooked Trail Designs, there is a percentage of that comes to Muddy Water Search and Recovery. If you order a Muddy Water Search and Recovery t-shirt, or I believe she has some hoodies and stuff coming soon, 100% of the profits from those comes to Muddy Water Search and Recovery. So you're not only helping a small business, you're also helping Muddy Water Search and Recovery and getting really good product in return for that. So definitely check that out. Alex, I've mentioned it before. I'm going to mention it again. Alex talked to me a while back ago about an experiment, and that experiment is coming up soon. I don't want to go into all the details again. This was Alex's idea, so I think it's only right that he gets to be the one to kind of explain to you guys what's going on. I know I'm really excited about this. I think this experiment is really going to help us learn a lot when it comes to certain things. And our hope is not only for this to help us, but for us to be able to get the information we're able to obtain through this out to other teams and other search teams, even law enforcement and first responders, and help them get a better understanding of how certain things can happen and so forth. But we'll do a live with Alex soon and going through all the details of that. But I'm really excited about that. And now that the search over at Weston Bend State Park, Bee Creek to be exact, now that we know that there's nothing there, we can go back to focusing on the other searches we have lined up and lining up. These include Randy Leach, Billy and Mary Black, Crystal Kipper, Jeremy Coots, a lady, I cannot think of her name, who went missing out of St. Joseph, Missouri. We have a case I can't publicly go into details on right now. The family and a private investigator have asked me to kind of keep some things under wraps on it until the search is done. But we have that coming up. We have an idea where there are several vehicles on the Kansas River. We have to get in there, locate these vehicles, see what they are, see what cases they may tie into, get with law enforcement, get these vehicles recovered. I know some of you have reached out to me, Dan and Alex as well, that Parkville, Missouri, in like 2 weeks' time, they pulled 2 different vehicles out. I don't know all the details on those, so I will look into that and get the details on what happened with those and get that information out to you guys. But a lot of work to do, a lot of things coming up. Normally, typically, February 7th makes 4 years that Muddy Water Search and Recovery has been here. And every year from October 31st until the weather turns around in the spring, we don't do scheduled searches. If a search come up we felt we absolutely had to get on, we would still do that, but we didn't schedule searches ahead of time. We focused on working on locations of interest and getting stuff lined up for the following year. Well, this year is different. This year we are still going to do scheduled searches through the rest of the year. We have so many to do, so many lined up and lining up that this year we have to make an exception and we have to get out there, do these searches, get these done. Weather permitting, there may be a time that we push something out further, but right now, while we're having cold, like this morning it was cold going out there. By the time we were heading home, it was hot. So later in the year, I looked at the long range forecast and it's actually showing a day that we could actually get some snow in November. Granted, that's going to change 20 times before then. But weather permitting, if we've got snow and ice on the ground, I'm not going to try to get our team out there and, risk something happening. So we're going to work around that, but through the rest of the year and probably kicking the first of the year off out there with searches, so much to do. And so this year is different. Next year, I don't know if we're going to go back to, November 1st through weather change in spring again, or if we're just going to keep rolling right on through. We'll have to play it by ear, see what's going on at that time. But right now, there's so many searches lined up and lining up that I'm not comfortable halting that right now. Let's just keep momentum going, get into more of these searches, get these done, and hopefully bring some of these people home. So just kind of a heads up on that, what you can expect to be seeing out of our team in the coming months, weeks, days, all of that good stuff. And I did make kind of a list of talking points so I didn't forget anything, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to bring up tonight, and I'm just not thinking about what it is. That about the time that I end the video, it will hit me and to be like, oh, I should have mentioned that. But if it does, I'll write it down in our next video. I'll bring it up again. But if you have a case you would like us to work on, if you have a location of interest in a case you would like for that location to get searched, please reach out to us. As always, our email is down in the video description. I know I've said this a lot over on YouTube, but for the people on TikTok, our entire team has access to that email, and that just helps ensure we're able to monitor that email account a lot better. We also have a P.O. box. We've mentioned that a lot on YouTube. I don't have it with me, but when we go live this coming week, I will have that P.O. box number and share that with all of you guys. With the P.O. box, you're able to submit stuff to us anonymously. So that is always an option as well. But more than welcome to email at any time, and we will get back with you as soon as possible. So with that, it still seems like I'm forgetting something. But again, if I think of it, and I know I will, then I'll make a note on it, and it'll be something we cover when we go live at some point this week. So guys, thank you for everything you guys do, for being here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel or on YouTube or on TikTok, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. That really helps with the algorithm and all of that. I'm still not sure how all of that stuff works, but it helps. I know that much. So with that, until next time, you guys stay safe. We will see you guys down the road.